Hello and welcome back to some more F1 2020 and part 12 of my team career mode with Jordan. Today we have our home Grand Prix at Silverstone, of course, in Great Britain. It's going to be a fantastic occasion. We are hopefully going to get our brand new power update as well. We'll have a little look at... Oh, it failed! It failed! Oh, that's really, really sad. We will get it after the British Grand Prix, though. That's incredibly sad. I thought we were going to have a real upgrade for this Grand Prix, but never mind. But also today, we are going to have a new teammate. We were quite split in the comments section last episode about whether to keep Mick Schumacher or not. And I've basically decided that we're not going to be keeping him because there are better value for money prospects, and actually, with our facilities, we'll even improve that driver when they come. So they're going to be by far and away better than Mick Schumacher. So if you have a look at this, we can see Mick Schumacher would cost 2.5 million. He's getting +5 on all of his stats because of our facilities. So, you know, looking at somebody like Nick de Vries, for example, you're going to get a real boost for him. His experience is going to go up to 39, which is better than Mick. He's going to get a 70 racecraft, which is obviously better than Mick, an 86 awareness, and a 78 pace. So everything is going to be better than Nick de Vries. We can toggle perks, obviously nothing on there at the moment, but I think we're going to approach Nick de Vries and see what he fancies. So drivers are motivated by more than just money.
The more you offer, the greater the chance of them agreeing to it. But be careful not to insult drivers though. If you do, they might refuse to deal with you anymore in this negotiation period.
So we'll try not to annoy him. So driver demands 2 million. I mean, we can offer him 1.92 million, but actually, you know, we're not saving much if we offer him the 2 million. So I think go for 2 million, medium risk. He might reject us, and then we'll just move on. But here we go. It seems like it's worked. Way, there we go. So we have a brand new driver, Nick de Vries. He's going to join us for the rest of the season. I do feel bad about Mick Schumacher, but actually his performances have not been fantastic, you know, this season. So, you know, give Nick de Vries a chance for the rest of the year. But thank you for the memories, Mr. Mick Schumacher. Now, I don't know whether other drivers are going to be moving as well. That would traditionally happen in a normal career mode. You would get people, you know, moving teams and what have you. So I don't know whether that's going to happen. We will just continue on, I suppose. We have got the invitational event, which of course I'm not going to show on camera. But that, yeah, we definitely will do that because we'll get some money and 1,000 acclaim as well. Actually, why not? Why don't we do the invitational event in today's video? Just as something a little bit different. You know, it's the Japan short track, so it won't be too bad. It's just going to be a race as well in Senna's McLaren, which is going to be really, really cool to drive, and first bit of classic content on this series. So here we go.
Hello again, and thank you for joining us today for one of the few events this year that won't have a critical impact on the World Championship. So maybe we can all relax just a little bit more and enjoy the action from this wonderful field of historic cars.
So here we go then, into the race. So finish the race in under 2 minutes 15, race against the clock. Okay, let's go. Oh, I always find it a bit jarring when there's not much of an onboard. But actually it's just 3 laps in under 2 minutes 15. It's not even a race, so... But of course, it won't be easy early on here, getting used to this car. And of course we're going to be surprised with a different turn off to what we're expecting up here. So I think it's once you get up the S's, you quickly turn to the right. Yeah. Could probably do that flat. Wasn't the quickest lap ever. So that was, what, 45 seconds? So we should just about do it, as long as we don't make any mistakes. We should just about manage this. Keep an eye on the fuel as well. But this is always very, very cool to drive these cars. Okay then, 49 seconds, and we're doing it in about 43 seconds, so it should be absolutely fine. Oh, look at the fuel low. Didn't keep an eye on that. I blame you watching. You didn't let me know that was going down. How dare you. So hopefully this doesn't affect our pace too much. That we're now in lean mix. Actually, it probably won't. Here we come, up to the line. Going to easily finish this and win the invitational event. So a nice 150 grand in the bank, and a bit more acclaim for us as well. That was cool. So there you go, nice. Right, well we'll obviously see if any other teams have made driver changes. I'm going to stay with the action until we find out, because it is an exciting point in the season. Are we going to see any big changes? You would maybe imagine not at this first contract stage, but who knows? Who knows? But Nick de Vries, really excited to get going with him. Oh no, it's crashed. Oh, that's awful. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in a second then. Well, it's all seemingly fixed, which is good. So let's continue on the time. So 2 more pace for Nick de Vries, which is good. Some running costs there. And annoyingly, another update has gone wrong. So 2 in this episode already have gone down the Swanee, but another upgrade in time for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and we already have this one coming in before the Hungarian Grand Prix, so if that one works, we're going to have a huge upgrade. Have a look at that. You can see we're going to be pretty much up to Alfa Romeo by the next Grand Prix, which is going to be fantastic. I don't think any other teams have changed their drivers, although we might find out very, very soon. I suppose if we go to the race weekend, we'll find out. So here we go. Let's head to the race weekend. Silverstone, always a wonderful circuit. I'm never particularly quick round Silverstone, so don't expect another podium like last time out. But we shall see. By the way, if you are enjoying the series, keep smashing that like button down below, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button for daily Formula 1 2020 content. It's been a fantastic series so far to make, and you guys are really enjoying it, which means the absolute world to me, so thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. So, let's have a little look. I assume we're going to get a message of driver changes. I'm really hoping to see the whole field shook up here. Maybe Mick Schumacher will have gone somewhere else. Maybe Williams will have snapped him up. Who knows? Let's have a little look then. Nope, doesn't look like there is any driver changes, so I'm just going to double check the standings. So So as far as I can tell from there, nothing's different. Obviously Mick Schumacher out of the limelight now. So yeah, maybe driver changes don't happen in my team. They must do. They must do. Because if I bought out Sebastian Vettel or whatever from Ferrari, they'd have to replace him. So it must happen, but maybe it'll be at the end of the season rather than right now. So that's where we're going to leave it for this part of the video. I'll see you guys in qualifying. Here we are then, round sunny Silverstone, coming up to the old turn 1, of course. Excellent corner, staying pretty much flat through there, just a slight little lift off the throttle, just to make sure we actually made the corner. But our pace has not been good this weekend. Nick de Vries, on the other hand, he's doing very, very well so far. P11 in a couple of the practice sessions, so I think we've made the right decision with him, but we'll see if that has a negative impact on where we go. As we come round the final couple of corners, we miss the apex slightly there. But here we are coming up to the line. What's our time going to be on this first flying lap? It's a 1:27.5, which puts us 6th place at the moment. I don't think that'll quite be enough to get through to Q2, but we'll just have to see. Well, as you can see, not the best lap, 3/10 down on our personal best as we come up to the line, and only 17th fastest, and we certainly don't have enough fuel to do another run at this, so it is going to be at the very most 17th for tomorrow, which is a far cry from starting 7th, of course. But qualifying complete. We'll come round, we've gone down to 18th now, gone down to 19th. Nick de Vries, we can see there, in 21st place. Grosjean and Magnussen have both gone ahead of us. Latifi goes ahead of... No, it's de Vries that's gone ahead of us. He qualifies 18th. We're down in 20th at our home Grand Prix. Are Russell and Latifi going to out-qualify us as well? I don't see that happening, to be honest with you. But Latifi, what an impressive performance on his debut to out-qualify us. A little bit of a problem though. We don't want to be outshone by Nick de Vries. We knew we had Schumacher in our pocket really. But hey, if we can finish on the podium,
we need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us.
If we can finish on the podium and Nick de Vries is better than us, then well, could be in for an exciting time here in Jordan. But we'll come into the pit lane for the first time this weekend. Oops. Speeding in the pit lane. Right, let's return to the garage to finish off this qualifying session. And you can see Lewis Hamilton quickest in Q1, but Nick de Vries 0.3 of a second off getting through to Q2. 0.3 quicker than us, so I've always said Silverstone not my strong point, but Kevin Magnussen getting through to Q2, that's a bit of a disappointment for us because we know that we can have Haas on our day. But never mind, it's going to be a wet race, so the first wet race of the series, and whenever the rain has fell, we seem to come up trump, so we'll try something with the strategy perhaps in the race tomorrow and try and have a really fun British Grand Prix.
We return once again then to the home of British motorsport and the birthplace of the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone and it's time for the British Grand Prix. Silverstone circuit then. It's 3.6 miles long and has a total of 18 corners. And of course, is no stranger to the rain. There won't be any DRS available in these conditions, but the Wellington and Hangar Straights are still good opportunities to tuck into the slipstream and make a pass. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. So, let's briefly discuss Lewis Hamilton. They come into this race with a healthy championship lead. I don't want to say the title race is over, but surely it's going to take something special or catastrophic to change the outcome at this point.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, Crofty. Yes, it looks like a big lead, but all it takes is a locked brake into turn 1, a sticky wheel nut in the pit stop, and that could all get turned on its head. You can never discount one more sting in the tail.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The fence starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen, and Albon, Ricciardo, Sainz, Perez, and Lando Norris, Stroll, Kvyat, Kimi Raikkonen, and Ocon, Giovinazzi, Gasly, Nick de Vries, and Roman Grosjean. The captain, they've taken a grid penalty. Russell, Latifi, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Well, as you can see, we've taken a grid penalty because I thought it was a good opportunity to stick a brand new engine in the car just to help towards the end of the season. That's the plan anyway. So we're starting down in 22nd today, so 2 spots lower than we would have had we took up our qualifying position. Obviously, Danny Kvyat has moved back as well. But here we are.
Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
And again, I think we need to put as much fuel in the car as possible, really, and just hope for the best. It looks like it's going to stay pretty rainy for all of the Grand Prix, so stick plenty of fuel in the car, try and plant us down a little bit, try and get confident. But this is going to be a very, very tough Grand Prix. Looking forward to it though. How our starts are in the rain. Obviously it's going to be very, very tough.
Temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
Might be worth starting on lean mix just to try and get as little wheel spin as possible. But look at the visibility, very, very poor indeed. Kevin Magnussen is the man starting alongside us. I thought it was Kvyat. Apologies to Danny Kvyat, but well, right beside K-Mag here. Yeah, I mean, we haven't experienced this sort of wet weather
Heavy rain will be staying
in the past.
for a while now, at least a 20-minute window of heavy rain.
But it makes it fun. It makes it really, really fun. And it obviously gives us possibilities. We have done pretty well in the rain so far in this career mode in qualifying sessions. It's now time to take that form into the race. Of course, it makes it more likely that we could have a DNF, but it also makes it more likely there could be some incidents with the AI as well, potentially a safety car, who knows. But it's going to be a really, really exciting Grand Prix, and I can't wait to get into it. I'm nervous, but at the same time cannot wait. We will start on the lean mix fuel. To try and reduce that wheel spin. We obviously want the tyres as cold as possible, really, at least in their operating window. So try and warm them a little bit, so they are looking a little cooler than we'd like. Well, here we are, reforming the grid for the start of the race. Nick de Vries starting 17th on his race debut. He's got his work cut out with these conditions, but we will try our absolute hardest to get going here. So here we come up to the grid slot. It's very well angled. Perfect. We'll probably jump back. There you go. Classic. But here we go, ready for the lights. Lights out, away we go here at Silverstone. Lots of wheel spin off the line. Look at the visibility. Absolutely terrible. I think we'd be wise just to back off at this first corner. It looks like everybody has got through it safely, which I'm a little bit surprised about. But look at this. People going very, very slow into turn 3, and we've managed to get ourselves up into 18th position, so that's worked out quite nicely. A little bit braver on the brakes than others there, but the visibility is absolutely shocking. I cannot believe how bad it is. I think in real life this race may well have been called off, looking at how heavy the rain is. But well, we got Nick de Vries, our teammate, ahead, so our job now is to stay with him, trying to make more positions. But good start.
Let's capitalise on that first lap.
Well folks, you join me on lap 5 of this Grand Prix, and not a lot is happening. We're sort of line astern. We're waiting really for some sort of incident or mistake before you can take advantage. It's very, very difficult in these conditions. We are probably quicker than Nick de Vries, but it's getting the opportunity to get right in behind him, because there's not really any massive overtaking spots in these conditions. It is very, very tough, and we're having to sort of be experimental with our lines to try and get past him. You can see we're clearly gaining time on him in the corners, but he's got better traction out of them, so it's a good little battle this with our new teammate, but not a lot of action to show you really. Let's go through Maggots and Beckett's together. You can see we're a lot braver through that section than Nick is. Another problem we're falling into is managing our ERS, and we seem to run out the green charge every lap, but this lap at the very least we're doing a lot better with it, and within half a second now. This could be our chance. We go down the inside and we're through. So we've worked hard at that, and we are through now on Nick de Vries, so up to 17th position. Small wins. Well, we forced our way past Pierre Gasly there. It was a little bit naughty, but actually it got us through, and we didn't get warned for it. I thought from that far back we would have been warned for that, but we weren't, and so we're up to 16th with 3 laps to go. So we'll settle for that. Okay, here we come onto the final lap then. We're still in 16th place. Okay, it's not been the most entertaining Grand Prix, but
Keep pushing.
it's been an enjoyable race in these conditions. Very, very challenging indeed, and trying to really experiment and work your way around a car. There's no feeling like driving in the rain for me on this game. You can see we're going to comfortably beat our teammate as long as we don't make a mistake on this final lap, but it doesn't look particularly likely. What else doesn't look likely is that I don't think we're going to be able to pass Giovinazzi, but that's absolutely fine. You know, we weren't expecting a massive result here. Don't think our car particularly suits a circuit like Silverstone, where you need to be incredibly balanced. But Valtteri Bottas has won here in Great Britain, so well done to him. Be interesting to see who's finished on the podium with him. But we're going to finish a lowly 16th, not the highs of the last episode where we had great pace. We were expecting to bring some upgrades here, but both of those failed, so they'll have to come next time out at the Hungaroring, which I think should suit our car somewhat. But here we come up to the line. Where we're going to finish 16th place.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
And driver of the day as well, we'll take that.
Here we are then, a fantastic British Grand Prix, and what a performance it was from our race winners today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So Hamilton finishing second, very good result for him, again in the championship. Leclerc looking like he finished third, but what a race.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver standings have changed. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I have to give it to the captain. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So there you have it then. Valtteri Bottas wins the British Grand Prix. Hamilton second, Leclerc in third. Albon finishes sixth behind his teammate Max Verstappen. It was very much Noah's Ark for the top six. Sainz finishes a good seventh, Ricciardo eighth, Perez ninth, and Norris in 10th. We finish down in 16th place. Looking at our pace, probably about right, to be honest with you. Nick de Vries did actually do a better lap time than us, but he'll be disappointed that he finished behind us in the end. But, you know, a couple of speculative moves from us today have pushed us forward, and that's been the difference there. But that's where we're going to leave it for this 2020 British Grand Prix. Next time out, we've got some big upgrades in store with the engine upgrade and the chassis update, at the very least, coming for the next weekend, and hopefully that aerodynamic update will pass as well. But thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, hit that like button down below. Your support means the absolute world to me. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily Formula One 2020 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.